Okay, hello. So today I have this, which is my Canon 5D. This thing has some fungi on the sensor, which I'm not gonna show you because obviously I'm gonna tear this thing apart and then you can see it. I'm gonna be following the Live Pixel article there about basically how to convert this thing to infrared. Because what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be basically taking the sensor out so that I can access the the IR filter. After I access the IR filter, I'm gonna be able to basically wipe the thing down and hopefully get this thing cleaned. And hopefully I can do this without messing up the internals, because this thing is quite an old camera. This thing's the 1.2 series, yeah, which means this thing's gonna be like, I don't know, 2005, 2006, not sure, but yeah, out there. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this. Let's go. So first you have the 5D itself. You wanna follow this tutorial. Also, a good thing about the 5D that I have right here is that this rubber over here is quite loose, so it just pops out. See? Didn't have to do anything about that, yeah. So now I'm gonna take my screwdriver out. I'm using the Xiaomi Wiha screwdrivers. Today I will be filming on the Nikon Z6 with the Nikon AF600 28mm f3.5 lens. And let's go. So these things seem like they're PH00. Let's go then. So first, what you wanna do? First, you wanna remove the rubber eyepiece. Okay, I shall do as you say. So remove the rubber eyepiece. That thing will be like basically a small stepping stone. Then we take these screws off. These seem more like PH0, yeah, but it's okay. It's shit, man. Look at the yeah, bullshit. There's like some, I don't know, skin cells. Not sure. Not mine. That's why it's disgusting. So these things, they're actually slightly magnetic, but not very magnetic. So if you've watched my video on how to change the battery on this guy, I'm gonna say they're not magnetic. They are, but they're very slightly magnetic, not very magnetic. So you need tweezers to pull them out. I'm gonna put this over here. Go. Hopefully they won't run everywhere and get lost. So also I lost one of these front screws that go beside the lens mount. So I'm gonna have to find a replacement for that. And this thing I think is stripped because this thing just doesn't want to come out that easily. It's only spinning on its axis, which is quite odd. This thing might have been opened before, not sure. So yeah, let's see. So then you want to open up the bottom screws, which I shall do after opening the side screws. So for this side, you want to open these two small bottom screws and these two upper ones. So these things, they seem different. So let's do the top ones first. Yeah, you can see my leather. It's like more like my rubber piece. Yeah, it's like dead because of how far it's peeling off. I think I'm gonna have to take the whole thing off and re-glue it. Yeah. So at this point, this is on the front side. This is the back side. I think someone's tried to re-glue this thing, but I'm not sure if somebody's been in here. Hopefully no, but if someone has been in here, I'm gonna be spared of soldering the metal plate, which you'll see after this. So let's see this, then unscrew this guy. This thing is quite tight. Let's pull you out. Let's put these things standing so you can actually make sure they don't run everywhere. Just like that, okay, nice. Then next is this battery screw, which I've opened up yesterday. Turns out the thing actually works, yeah. So somehow I took the original battery out, then I put it back in, and somehow it works right now. So yeah, I got lucky, I think, with that, yeah. So let's put this thing over here, and then let's pull the battery out. Then I'm gonna do the same with the CF card and the main battery. So taking this CF card out, this thing is a SanDisk 8GB 3 Mbps card. I'm gonna put it here, yeah? And then I'm gonna go and take the battery out. Okay, next step is the bottom, I think, yeah. So let me go check on my phone first, because I somehow have a message here. Okay. And I got this thing for next to nothing, that's why I'm taking this thing apart. Usually I won't be risking anything with these old cameras, because sometimes they might get fragile inside once they age. So then you have this 2 screws over here on the bottom, which are over here. Yeah? This thing should be in focus. At least I hope, yeah, because I'm not 100% sure. There you go. I'm gonna take this one out. Fucking hell. I think my screwdriver sort of worn out. Maybe not, yeah, but I think it is. Yeah, I think I worn it down from the Canon FTP last time, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Wait, what's this? This is the LCD. This thing's out. This is the right side. This is the left side. This one's in really tight. Not sure why the other screws are not this tight yet, but I think that might mean that somebody's been in here before. Although that is not a guarantee. So these are bottom ones. Let's go and check the steps. I have removed the rubber eyepiece. You also have to remove the diopter adjustment knob. I think you do it. Okay, wait. Let's go and... My DVI cable is sort of hanging off, so I think I have to tug on it slightly. Okay. Gonna go and remove this diopter knob. I think this thing shouldn't be a problem, but... It shouldn't be a problem. But... The guy removed this thing or no, I'm not sure. Well, I did, for some reason. But I don't think you have to. Let's just do it for safety, yeah. Shit. Yeah, this bit's really dead, man. Let's change this thing out to a TH0 bit, so that I do not strip the screws, because that'd be bad, yeah. The fuck? This thing is so tight, man. Let's... Wait, I'm sorry that I'm gonna take this thing off frame first, yeah. Because... Okay. This is your diopter screw. And then you have this diopter thingy, which should just come out. It has these prongs which go into there. Okay. I somehow understand, but not sure why it has to come out. So then what else should you take out? Next, wait, make sure you've taken out everything. Eyepiece, marked screws, and adjustment knob. Wait, remove the rubber grip material. Well, actually remove that bit. This... Oh, there's a screw under here that you have to take off. Fucking hell. I do not feel like peeling this thing off, but I think I should. So yeah, let's... This thing's loose anyway, see? So I think someone really has been in here. Yeah, that's not a very reassuring thing, yeah, but there you go, that's your rear rubber bit. Put it here. And then here's your screw. I'm gonna try using a cutter so I can actually cut the adhesive without getting the adhesive inside the screw. This thing seems old, so I think someone's been here before, but not recently. So maybe the guy that upgraded the mirror, but I'm not sure. So let's see. This comes out, goes in here. Okay. Let's peel this thing off because it's useless. Shit, this is disgusting and sticky, man. Okay, so remove the rubber grip, remove the eyepiece, remove the diopter and adjustment knob, then remove the marked screws, remove the bottom 2 screws, I'm done with that. Remove the side top ones, side bottom ones. Then you're supposed to lift out the I/O connector cover. What the fuck is that? Oh, no. Wait. And then you can lift out the LCD plate. Okay. I got this thing out. And maybe open the battery door out. There you go. Okay. I'm gonna have to be careful with these wires, cause if they snap, I'm gonna be in deep fucking trouble. So, first you wanna snap these things up, basically. Let's first do this. Okay. You can see I've never opened a 5D before when I'm doing this, so it's fucking hell. This one's out. How do you snap this one out? This thing's a lever also, but fuck man, the things I don't have any nails. Okay, there you go, that's out. So this is your rear panel thingy. Out. Sit it like this. Okay. Fucking hell. That's scary. So then you have to desolder these points over here. Fucking hell. How are you supposed to desolder these things, man? Fuck. So once you've taken these things out, you wanna open the side HDMI screw thingy. Not sure how you do that, but oh, you can pull this thing out. I think so, yeah. So you're supposed to pull this panel out, and then you're supposed to open this screw out that holds the HDMI thingy in. So, I mean not HDMI, I mean you call this thing? It's the USB 2.0 in. So, and the front panel is basically falling out. So I'm gonna have to replace that piece of what you call this thing? Rubber. I'm gonna put this thing over here, and this thing goes with the. No, it doesn't follow the HDMI thing. So you gotta put this thing inside here. There you go. Then undesolder this thing. To desolder this thing, you have to suck the solder out, I think. Yeah. So I'm gonna try removing this stuff with my solder, but that means I'm gonna cut the video first, and I'm gonna come back soon. So yeah, bye for a while, and I'm gonna come back after I finish sucking the solder from here. Okay, hello. So I'm back. It turns out this thing's very easy to actually like take out. So let me go show you how. Yeah. So first, what I did was I took the soldering iron, yeah, and what I did was that I just put a small screwdriver. This is a 1.0 bit under each small like wrinkle over here, and pulled on it slightly, and I soldered one point till that point like pop up, and then did the second one, third one, and the fourth one, and you're done. You don't even have to use a solder sucker anymore. So there you go. That's very easy. Now I'm gonna continue with tearing down the other bits. So after soldering this metal noise shield, I'm not sure if you need it, but I think I'm gonna solder it back anyways because it's quite easy to take on and take off. Yeah. Then you have to take off some screws. So you need to take these 4 screws out. I'm going to take them out after this. Let me go show you. So first, take this one out. Now while doing this, you do not want to jump. If you jump, you hit the Pcb port, you might kill something. So just try not to jump your screwdriver on this bit. These are quite stiff. I'm pretty sure this thing has not been opened this deep, yeah. I think someone just basically tried to like what you call this thing, re-stick those things, but they failed. So then they sold it to me. Yeah. Let's put these over here, a bit more on the side. The last screw. And now this PCB port is hanging by ribbon cables. These things are quite old, so you do not want to mess with them that much. You want to unplug all the marked cables, which are this, and this. Somehow they don't take this thing out yet, but I think I'm gonna take this thing out anyways, cause I'm not sure how you actually do it. Yeah. I think you just put it on, maybe no. I think it's a connector though, yeah. So just unplug this guy, and also you don't want to touch the PCB with your bare hands, cause then you might cause some electrostatic shock. So peel this guy off, and off. Then you shimmy them out. This guy's out. This guy's out. This guy's out. This thing's a carbon tweezer. I do recommend using plastic ones because then you might actually short the board. But then this thing has no power in it anymore, so I don't see the reason why you shouldn't have this thing on. Yeah, I mean using this thing. Then you should be able to just like lift the PCB out. I think at least, yeah. So still touched by this black cable, yeah. So then you wanna try lifting it up. I think the HDMI shroud is sort of holding it in, maybe, no? It's still there though, so this thing's out though, yeah, so it's out. I think this is what's holding it in, this HDMI shroud thingy. So let's try and like dislodge this HDMI shroud using my cutter. Yeah, this thing's somehow stuck in place, man. Not sure why or how, but it is. So you're gonna go and push this thing backwards. Let's try using a screwdriver, because using a cutter, the cutter might snap and break. So that's the least you want. That's why I'm gonna be using one of these screwdrivers. Lift. Shit. I think what's happening is this thing is colliding with this guy when you're trying to lift it. So you wanna like lift fucking parties, man. Then you try lifting this thing up. There you go, nice. So what's happened there is basically you have to let's try focus down on this guy, yeah? So this thing will snag on like this copper bit over there. Let me go point it out to you, yeah? This copper bit right here will hold this thing from coming out. So you want to pull this thing up, this section over here, up, while you push this thing in, up from here. And then you can clear this like copper thingy there. And that's how. So I'm going to go focus back down. Hopefully I can take this port out. So let's see if this thing will come out. Fuck you, little port. Wait, how long is that black cable? It's quite long though. So I'm pretty sure you can actually leave it there. This thing is flopping about. What is holding it in then? It's black cable maybe, yeah? Let's take my torch here, because they didn't say anything about. Wait, so all the contactors 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, wait, what? This one. So off. So this is off, this is off. These 3 are off. This thing peels off. And this thing also peels off, so I suspect the right connector on the bottom. Let's see. You go straight down. Okay, so I think you're supposed to basically pull this thing straight up. At this point, you'll have this mess of cables over here, which I assume you can pull out, but I'm not gonna do that because they didn't tell me to do that, yeah. So I'm gonna just push this thing aside, maybe do this and sit this thing on something else. Let's find something to sit that thing on, so I don't break it. Because breaking this ribbon would be bad. I mean, that's not a ribbon, it's like some kind of like a composite connector. So I'm just gonna rest it over here on this LED box. So then what's the next step? Taking these 4 screws out, then you have the sensor out. Okay, so I think what they did is they just put this thing aside, but I'm not sure how they put it aside without destroying the thing itself. They put it onto the side like this. Oh, I think that works. Okay, so then you wanna unscrew which screws? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that. You have to be super careful not to like punch this port out, yeah, or else you're gonna kill the camera itself unless you like rewire all those things. And I don't know where the heck those things came from, so I'm not interested in rewiring every single one of these black cables. Put this here. Oh fuck. This thing fell into the camera itself. Then you have to pull this one out. Oh shit. I assume you can basically pull this thing out without taking the lower screw out, I think. Let's try taking this thing out then. No, the sensor is held in by these 3 screws and 1 flexible connector, so... Oh yeah, I think it is held in by that one, so let's take this thing out. Okay. They seem like they're the same size, but sometimes they don't want to go into different holes, so... I mean, then they came from, yeah, so I'll just keep on putting them in order. The blades look like they're in good condition. Look at my sensor right here, that's disgusting as fuck. So, there you go. This is my 5D sensor. I'm gonna go clean this guy. And after I clean this thing, I'm gonna come back and put this thing all together again. So yeah. Gonna excuse myself because I'll have to find a place to put the sensor cleanly in, yeah. So bye bye, I'm gonna just wipe it. You all know how to wipe stuff, so I assume you can clean your sensor yourself by wiping it down, and after that I'm gonna come back. So yeah, bye bye. Okay, hello. So I have basically cleaned my sensor, and now it's night time, yeah, because I've let my sensor air out with the, what you call this thing? The Fucking hell, what you call that thing, man? You call it the IR filter or hot mirror. People call it that, yeah. So these are the things right here. I'm gonna, after this, put the sensor back together. Then I'm gonna put it into here. Then it should be that and nothing else. So I'm just gonna take this thing. I'm gonna be quiet when I put this thing back. I'm not gonna talk, because if I do talk, I am gonna risk basically putting some spit onto the sensor, and you do not want that, yeah. Because I've cleaned this thing to perfection, and cleaning things to perfection is quite hard. So yeah, I'm gonna go and do this right now. Fuck, this Tupperware piece of shit. Okay, now we go screw this guy back in, and we should be done. So screw this screw in. Okay, then you want to put this bracket back into here, yeah? It goes in, where the fuck does it go? It goes in this way. At this point, I should be okay to talk, because this is the outer bit of the sensor and not the inner bit. The inner bit's gonna be fucking hard to clean, but this thing is not hard to clean, so I can start talking. And as you can see, once I screw, there's some dust on the outside. So, yeah. Let's screw. Screw that shit off. And now let's pull this thing away. Blow the innards. Okay. Now you wanna push all the shit away. And now we're gonna push this sensor back into place. Make sure you have these like spacers over there, which should be still in place. If they're gone, your sensor might not be flat in like its focus plane, and that might make you miss focus. So what the fuck is wrong with this thing, man? Oh, I think I'm supposed to push this side in first before I push this side. There we go. Next, you wanna screw these 4 screws in. Okay. Hey, I'm done. So let's push this playing card back in, because playing cards are useful to cover dust. So that's what I used to basically treat the sensor. And now I can put these things back in. So put this other thing back in. Do an X pattern, so you spread the load and do not kill the sensor. I mean, you're probably not gonna kill the sensor, yeah, but I mean, so you can actually spread the load and not make the sensor go off its which one is thing? Focus plane. If it does come off its focus plane, you're gonna see your images are not gonna be sharp or not gonna be focused. Which is basically the same thing, yeah. So tighten this thing to hell. Same goes with this thing. Then this. this. Okay, next you want to do what? You want to push this thing back up here, yeah? Make sure the cables are still stuck in there. If they did crack or like fall off, you're gonna have to solder them back in. And I'm not sure how the fuck you can put this thing back in. To pull this thing out, I had to like pry this thing, so I'm gonna have to find a way to basically make this thing sit in place again. Let's make sure all these things are up. Flexible cables, okay, and it should be good, I think, yeah. So there you go, it's in place as it should be. Now let us screw this thing back in. I believe there are 4 screws for the PCB. Let me go get them, yeah. So 4 screws. Oh wait, this HDMI thing is not centered in place. It's supposed to go in here under the plastic bit. So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna press it in then. Stop going in, okay. But I think it should go in, but so that. What's snagging on something? Okay, let's pull it up. Ah, okay. So it's not sitting flush for some reason, yeah. So see if I can just push this copper thingy back in, and it's in. So then find a way to push this PCB back down. I mean, it should be flush, but a small screw in there's not in place, but so it's only the PCB though. So I mean, if you have the PCB off center, it should be okay, because as long as the ribbons reach, then nothing should actually happen. Wait, what's under the PCB then? Under the PCB is this thing. Oh, I think the plastic from the sensor got like a bit lifted up while I was like wrestling the glue, so that might be the reason why it's slightly lifted up the PCB, but should be okay because the PCB is like not supposed to be something that is like flat or something that is supposed to be super crucial in like how you mount it. This is it for those screws. Now I'm gonna put the ribbons back in. This should be quite simple. I'm supposed to be using some ceramic tweezers, yeah, not these tweezers. These things are carbon, and carbon tweezers, I think I've said this before in the video, yeah, but they actually do transmit electricity. I've tried it with this thing, this mosquito racket over here, yeah, and trust me, it hurt. So I touched it with this bit, and I was holding this bit, and it hurt like hell. So that means that this thing does conduct, and it conducts very, very well. Let's see if this thing is... How deep should that thing be? Quite deep. Or should it? Let's see. Good contacts over there. For some reason this thing... Oh, I think that's it. It doesn't have to sit that high. Yeah, okay. So that might be the same thing with all these other connectors. Just push them in slightly. Yeah, it seems like it. So you don't have to slot it in and press it down, but you just push it in and clip it onto the clip the connector down. And for these things, you want to pull them backwards. I like using these carbon tweezers because they actually are not as rough. I mean, not as hard as the normal metal ones. Because I think they're bonded with something like nylon or something like that. Yeah. So in the end, they get a bit softer. What that does is that it doesn't allow you to scratch PCBs that easily. Wait, think it's supposed to go a little bit deeper than that. Oh no, it actually maxes out there. Okay, so that is supposed to be same as the other ones, I think. This is the sensor one. Make sure you put it in deep and firm so it doesn't fuck around. What's this thing do? Nothing, yeah. Okay. These connectors do not inspire very much confidence, but if they work, they do work. If they don't, they don't. So yeah, let's see when I put it together. That's it off. I'm gonna go and wipe the shield here because I have some fingerprints on there. With some alcohol. And then what you should do next is just put the back case back on, I think. Let's see. Wait, how is this somehow press control? This, yeah. So next you just have to like unclip the little. Oh yeah, now it's the thing centered. Okay, so now after I put this whole thing in, the HDM, I mean what you call this thing? The USB thingy is somehow centered, so I can screw this thing back in. After I screw this thing back in, I can put the I/O shield over there into here, and then I can put the backing piece on. The part with the LCD and with the buttons. So it's this. Also, I'm gonna rip the front rubber off because it's basically shit at this point, yeah. I'm gonna have to re-glue the thing anyways. But this thing is gonna be sticky, so I'm not gonna do it now, I'm gonna do it later. So this is your I/O shield thingy. I've washed this thing, as well as those things. I've washed them all. So now you can push the I/O shield in, I think. To push this thing in, just push it down like this, yeah, into the slot, and then just like push it back down. Wait, fucking hell. So line it with these circular connectors, and then you should just push it down, and it should go down nicely. But somehow it's not. Oh, I think I smashed the rubber on it, so let's see. Push this thing down. And there you go, see? Nice. That's your I/O shield. Looking pretty mint. Because I've washed it. It was looking disgusting when I just opened it, yeah. So next you have this thing which you want to plug into here. And after you plug them, test the camera, make sure it works, and then you can do some other things like solder the shielding thingy. This thing's not very useful other than the fact that it's shielding some electronics, so you might not want to put it in if you don't like soldering. Then let's see this cable. Let's plug this cable in first, but yeah, wait. You can actually make this thing stand up while the body's on the floor, and then plug this thing in. But it's quite risky, so I'm gonna do this anyways. Push you in. Go fucking in, man. Son of a shit. Wait, let's take some smaller screwdriver. Like this guy over here. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna put that shield on, it's useless. So I recall I could like sit this thing over here, and then the connectors would still be in place. So I think I'm gonna do this way. So I'm gonna take this thing, push it into the. Fuck you. It's not that easy. Okay, plan B. Plan B is to Wait, while I'm here I can check the potentiometers, but they look pretty much okay, so I'm gonna just skip that step and push this fucker in. Son of a shit, man. I think all you do is just push this thing slightly in and then just clips down. So let's try that, yeah. Push it slightly in, clip this thing down. Then for the LCD also do the same. Just push it slightly in and then clip down. So in theory this thing should work in a perfect world. Let's push this thing all down. I'm not gonna screw things in first, yeah, but I'm gonna just try it. So I'm gonna test this thing with a battery. Oh shit. Okay, let's see, yeah, moment of truth. Lock it in, on. Okay, cancel. Fucking no CF. Let's switch this guy to off. Where's my CF? Okay. Ah, fuck. Eee, I can't lift this door. Okay. So then let's slot the CF in. Make sure it's in the right way so you don't bend the pins. They look pretty much okay, I'd say. I've never seen the pins before today, so yeah. At least on this one, I mean, not on other ones. I've seen CF. I know what CF pins look like. So on. Cancel. Hey, it works. Nice. So am I gonna solder the shield in? I think I am. So I'm gonna go cut the video. I'm gonna solder the thing in. It's pretty simple, but I'm gonna have to unplug my lights because my solder takes quite a lot of electricity and I have no more plugs. This thing's completely full. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this video. I'm gonna come back soon and bye bye. I'm gonna come back when I screw everything in and I'm gonna show you also how to like glue leather that's in. So I'm gonna drain the power and goodbye. Well, okay lah. So most of the time, I'm sure you don't know how to solder. So I work like this usually, with headphones on. So I might not be talking that much. I'm gonna be listening to music, but I'm gonna teach you how to solder this one time, only this one time, because normally I won't be teaching you how to solder. So yeah, let me show you how to solder this IO shield thingy on here. It's not an IO shield. I mean, this thing is like some kind of a what you call it, interference shield. So I'm gonna show you this without talking because I'm listening to music. Yeah. So yeah, pay attention. First, you wanna prep your solder, yeah. So use a tissue. At least in my case, yeah. Cause it's cheap. After tissue, put solder on here. Get your shield, line it up with the pins in the holes in the board. Sorry if I'm shouting, yeah. Then touch your shoulder on those pins and you should be done. Okay, so this is up to my standard, and now I'm gonna be working with my headphones because this is what I'm gonna be showing you. So this is I'm gonna be plugging the call these things, the connectors back in. I'm gonna also go and clean the IO shield so it doesn't look like some monkey's been here. Because I leave things clean and not disgusting inside. Go. No more fingerprints. So now you want to put the LCD and button assembly back in. This is really simple, just like just now, yeah. I've done this thing once on video. I'm pretty sure you can do it. What the absolute fuck? This connector is jumped out. Son of a bitch, man. What the hell? This thing is broken. Oh shit. Let's see if I can put this thing back in. So somehow this thing jumped out. Oh, but it's back in, okay. Let's do it a bit more carefully this time. Because buying a CF port on the 5T is not gonna be cheap. This is why I'm usually hesitant on working with old cameras, because they can be brittle. The plastics, I mean, yeah. Okay, let's set this guy back down and see if it works. Hopefully it does. So let's take my 5D battery, put it back in here, flip it to on, cancel. Okay, works. Now play it back. Okay, off, on again, play it back. Wiggle this thing around, still works. Okay, nice. So that means that this thing does work, and that's a good sign. So I'm gonna pull this thing back out. Son of shit, man, it's not coming out. Okay, there we go. Wow, that thing was crazy. I was like so scared, man. I thought I killed the CF port, but I didn't, so that's lucky. Now let's put this thing back together again. It should be quite simple, but do not underestimate things, because when you underestimate things, you're gonna kill stuff. And killing stuff, as you know, will kill your wallet. You can kill anything you want. You can kill animals, plants, kill time, but you do not want to kill your wallet. Your wallet's the most important thing on earth. Without a wallet, you can't go eat. And that's shit. So, yeah. Why is it so hot, man? I'm sweating because I've just nearly killed my CF port. But luckily I haven't, so that's good. This thing, does it have water on it still? I think it's dry. Yeah, it's pretty much dry. So put the plus on the bottom. This is what I showed you yesterday in the video. So push this thing back in. You can stand on its side. Oh shit, man, 5D. It's like some Sony phones. My Sony X... what you call it, I think? Oh, it's not that thing. It's what you call it, I think? It's the XC... no, the XC1s can't stand. I forgot what you can actually stand up on its side. I think it's the Mi 4, I think, yeah. You can stand on its side, not the Sony's. Sony's usually have like boxy appearances, but they're not boxy at all. They're actually quite nice in the hand. That's why I like Sony, but the thing is that Sony's built out of Indonesia, and because of that I cannot have a nice, what you call this thing? Indonesian OEM Sony. Usually you have like Japanese imported stuff. I do buy them from time to time, but usually those imports are not very good because they take them apart and assemble them back here in Indonesia. And sometimes when they assemble them, well, you know, people, not everybody's gonna be that good in assembling things, yeah? And sometimes problems do occur and you're gonna end up with a dead phone. So yeah, just sad thing for Sony there. So these two screws for the eyepiece. Also, I cracked the eyepiece while washing it, I mentioned that. So this bottom lip on the eyepiece right here, yeah. I'm not that used to having eyepieces, so I just like crack this thing right here. I'm gonna glue this thing anyway back so that it gets stronger. But this thing's not a crucial bit, so I do not give a shit. Now let's push the rubber back in to there. Nice. And then once you're done with that, you wanna slot this thing back in. Actually, you won't really notice the crack yet, just it's gonna be a bit bothering because I know it. I know it's there, but for anybody that's not seen the crack, yeah, it should be basically invisible. See, it's like barely visible over there. And then that's your working 5D. Oh fuck, I don't have any batteries in there. But yeah, so let's pull this thing out and let's make the date. The date is I think 26th of December 12, 2021. Time is 20:58, not 59, because it's always gonna go slower. Menu. Okay, let's now open the lens up. M mode, yeah. 1/200. Let's go 1/8000. Nice. See? That sure did work. So nice little thing. 1/8000 still works on this old camera. And now I'm gonna go and show you the sensor cleaning mode. Okay. Focus on my hand and look at that sensor, man. A clean 5D sensor, Canon CCD full frame, and it's working again. So all I need to do next is put the EVF, Fungi EVF, what you call this thing, the optical SLR viewfinder thingy adjustment diopter back in, so that I can actually use it. And yeah, that's basically it. Then I'm gonna glue the stuff in. I'm pretty sure you can glue stuff in, yeah, because even preschool kids can glue stuff. So I assume you can buy in 5D, and buying a 5D equals so you can get money, and getting money is harder than gluing stuff. So I assume you can do that. Let's pull this thing up. Put this little fiddly wheel thing in. And fucking hell, how do you actually put this thing in there? To browse this thing. To browse over there. So you wanna basically do it like this. But I think I'm gonna go clean this thing first with some alcohol, cause that's disgusting as shit, man. Look at this whole mess of the thing. And then once you do that, you wanna go and clean the back of this thing also. And this little hole over here. I'm also gonna go clean this cam because it's rusty as hell. And rust is disgusting, so I do not want that on my 5D. And I'm actually selling this 5D, man, so I shouldn't be treating this thing like this, yeah. This is way too good of a treatment for a buy and sell flip camera, but yeah, I like 5Ds, so Canons, I do not like Canons, but I like the 5D for some reason, so that's why I'm keeping this guy alive, and hopefully it does stay alive for quite a long time. Turn this guy on. I can barely read that. Fucking OVF. Okay, I think that's clear. Oh fuck, it's off again. Yeah, it's clear. Okay, nice. So I have a working 5D, working OVF, and let's put the VF cover in, and you have a nice working 5D with a perfect sensor. That's how you do it, friends, and goodbye. That's been quite a long journey, but it's done. So yeah, Thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this. Hopefully this helped. And don't forget to glue this side panel in. But I'm gonna do this off camera because why the fuck would you need me to show you that? Yeah. So yeah, thank you, goodbye, and have a nice day.